on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. This is Mo Crypto, and today, guys, we're going to be covering the latest Certik audit from Seletti.Ai. This has come in at the right time, right? Because right now we're seeing that there's an influx of people jumping into Seletti. There's an influx of money being deposited in Seletti, and we're going to see the difference between the last video that we've done and this video. It looks like people were waiting for the audit, just like I said. People were waiting for the audit to see if there's any vulnerabilities, because it always is more reassuring to know that there's a third party who's done a thorough investigation of the contracts, made sure that everything is SAFU, so that it's being out there is going to be a bit more, a bit more comfortable, a bit more safe. So obviously none of the information I gave today is financial advice. You guys have to do your own research, because some of the projects that I'm investing in are a bit more degen than others. Some of them are newer than others, so it really depends your comfort level, your risk level, and everybody has their own risk tolerance. And myself being a YouTube creator, I like to indulge in a little bit of degenerate, bit more riskier projects from time to time. All right, guys, so let's jump in and see what we can extract from this quick. Okay, there's 58 pages of this audit, but we're just gonna go over the most important things of the audit and see if there's anything that stands out. Obviously it was the 28th of November. There was 18 findings, so that's the first thing. There's 18 findings. There's 13 that were resolved, 1 partially resolved, and 4 acknowledged. So let's look at exactly what that means, because it's important to see if they're a bit more risky or they're a bit more informational or minor, right? So there's 1 critical, and it was resolved. So critical risks are those that impact the safe function of a platform and must be addressed before launch. So essentially this is something that if it was not fixed, then I myself wouldn't have even deposited money into the contract, and it looked like it was resolved, so that's pretty cool. For major, those were acknowledged. Major risks can include centralization issues and logical errors. Under specific circumstances, these major risks can lead to loss of funds and or control of the project. So this is important. We're going to go over what these mean exactly, because I'm a bit curious on that. Medium, they were resolved. Medium risks may not pose a direct risk to users' funds, but they can affect the overall functioning of the platform. And 8 minor that were resolved. Minor risks can be any of the above, but on a smaller scale, they generally do not compromise the overall integrity of the project, but they may be less efficient than other solutions. All right, that's pretty cool. Informational errors are often recommendations to improve the style of the code or certain operations. So instead of putting a period there, put 2 or whatever, something that isn't really gonna change anything in the contract, but something that they thought they might want to address it just in case. So these are the most important things that the audit really focused on, because a lot of people really wonder sometimes, what is the audit really doing to the code, right? So the auditing process pays special attention to the following considerations: testing the contract against both common and uncommon attack vectors, assessing the code base to ensure compliance with current best practice and industry standards, ensuring contract logic meets the specifications and intentions of the client, cross-referencing contract structure and implementation against similar smart contracts produced by industry leaders, thorough line-by-line manual review of the entire code base by industry experts. So this is pretty interesting. They had experts go through all the code. That's a very, very safe thing to do. And they really compare the code with other very important and very big companies and dApps and whatnot, to make sure that they apply the most common types of code bases as possible. All right, so here are the findings. Okay, so the report has been prepared to discover issues and vulnerabilities for Seletti.Ai. Through this audit, we have uncovered 18 issues ranging from different security levels, utilizing the technique of static analysis and manual review to complement rigorous manual code reviews. We discovered the following findings. Executor allows to bypass access controls, logic issue, design issue. Now, this is something that I feel like is something critical that everybody should be aware of. So I'm going to reach out to the devs and see what exactly this is about to get some kind of explanation from them, so that I can present that to you guys during the video. I'm probably gonna finish the audit review, ask them, get the answer, and then I'm gonna add that into the video to make sure that there's gonna be a segment that explains what this critical issue is, and if there's anything else that I need to address later on in the video. Redundancy and security concern about access controls. Design issue, access control. Major acknowledged. Centralization related risks. Centralization acknowledged. Redundancy and security concern about access controls in referrals. Redundancy and security controls and security concerns about access controls in referrals. Centralized control of contract upgrade. Okay, so self-referral possible through transfer referral. So this is something where a lot of people could take advantage of, which is essentially creating multiple wallets, and each wallet is yours, but you self-refer yourself to get that percentage discount, which I mean is possible if people want to do that. Just a bunch of hassle, I feel. Logical issue in transfer referrals. Okay. Lack of storage gap in upgradable contract. No upper limit on fees. Missing input validation on referral percent. This is resolved. All these are resolved. These are acknowledged. Okay, so this first one is resolved. So that's a very positive thing. The most critical one has been resolved. Now these ones, the major ones, they're acknowledged but they're not resolved, which is something that I would like a bit more clarification on, so I'm going to go ahead and ask the devs. All of these minor ones, missing upper limits, modifier can be placed and executed before other modifiers and functions, missing zero access validation, misleading name of compound percent. Okay, so this is fine. This is all stuff in the contract which doesn't really affect the audience, it just affects how the contract is presented. Partial update, risk of losing admin access, missing emit events, I don't know what that is exactly. All those are minor issues, they're all resolved anyways, so that's completely fine. Executor allows to bypass access control. So this is okay, so it's actually explained. So let's go over the main major ones and the critical one. Okay, so the first one was the executor contract facilitates function calls to the staking contract by appending message sender to user provided bytecode. I have no idea what that means. This method presupposes that the recipient contracts function accept whatever as their final parameter to ensure security. However, if excess parameters are encoded, the encoding is simply disregarded, creating a vulnerability where the actual sender can be spoofed. This enables an attacker to execute any function pretending to be any other user, including Seletti admin. This is something that is kind of interesting, which I would still, even though it's resolved, I would still want to get some kind of clarification on, because I'm just by nature very curious, you know? Consider a scenario where the attacker aims to illicitly withdraw ERC20 tokens from the staking contract. Interesting. The emergency withdraw function, designed to be exclusively called by the executor contract, requires that the sender has the Seletti admin role. By encoding a call with an extra parameter, as shown below, the attacker can manipulate the call such as the Seletti admin appears to be the sender. Oh, it's very interesting. Okay, very cool. When passed to the execute function, the extraneous fourth parameter is ignored, causing the Seletti admin to be misinterpreted as the initiator of call. As a result, the attacker succeeded in transferring 100 tokens to their address. So basically, this allows within the code to change the person, the hacker or whatever it is, to change himself to be recognized as Seletti admin, which allows him to withdraw without having the emergency withdraw function on. I feel like this is what it means, but I'm still getting a clarification. I feel like this is resolved, so we shouldn't be worried too much about it. Below is a foundry test script that illustrates the previous described scenario. Please note that the purpose of demonstrating the exploit, the Seletti staker and executor contracts have been slightly modified to be directly initializable and a parameter from the Seletti.Ai staker initialized. The function has been omitted. These alterations were made to simplify the proof of concept and do not impact the underlying vulnerability of the exploit's effectiveness. Okay, so this is only people that are very, very knowledgeable in code would understand. I'm not comfortable giving you guys explanation on what this is because I don't want to say something that is not correct. To mitigate this vector of attack, we recommend revising the execute function to strictly validate the call data length and ensure it matches the expected parameter count of the targeted function. Implemented additional checks within the staking contract to verify the caller's role and the integrity of the sender parameter beyond its position in the parameter list. So these are the recommendations they gave the team, and I'm supposing that they went about fixing them because it's resolved within the assessment. Can be exploited in a similar manner as described above. Bytes call data signature could contain the encoding the functions with all custom parameters. This would cause params call data to be ignored by the functions and Seletti.Ai stalker. Here are two strategies that could be used to mitigate the risks from commit using the selector and the function meant to be called either by having a bytes for selector parameters or getting it through AB whatever. Okay, so these things I don't really understand them, so I can't really comment on them, but these are strategies that the team gave Seletti so that they can fix this properly. Now this other one, the redundancy and security concern about access controls. This is important. Certik requested enhanced KYC measures to more thoroughly access the project centralization and its potential risk. The investigation that followed uncovered multiple negative risk indicators, leading to the project being categorized as high risk. In addition to the security assessment of the project's provided codebase, engineers tried to cross-verify the source code with the smart contracts disclosed by the project on BSC scan. However, at the time of writing, these smart contracts in use remained unverified. This increased the likelihood that the audited source codes were different from the deployed codes. Due to these negative risks indicators, we concluded that there is a high potential risk associated with the project. We strongly advise end users to conduct further research and exercise deep due diligence before engaging with the project. It is crucial for end users to independently verify and access all available information to make informed decisions. So this is cool. This is actually cool in my opinion because it's good that the team was able to figure out that Seletti.Ai has some kind of vulnerability where there is some potential risk, right? So this is something that is acknowledged, is not resolved. So this is something I'm going to ask the team and figure out why exactly is it acknowledged and not resolved, and what does it mean exactly. Okay, so it permits the executor role to revoke and grant the default admin role effectively, allowing control over its own administrative privileges. The design suggests that the executor role is intended to exclusively raising questions about the necessity and safety of the hierarchy access control implemented, which could allow an admin to extend executor privileges to multiple entities. Okay, scenario. A scenario of concern is where a default admin role inadvertently grants the executor role to an untrusted address. This address could then use Seletti.Ai staker to transfer the default admin role to another address under their control, thereby compromising the decentralized governance structure. Okay, so this could basically allow the code access to a different wallet, which would basically negate its effectiveness. We recommend providing us with additional details regarding the expected specifications and hierarchy structure of the protocol. This information is crucial for ensuring that our recommendations are well informed and aligned with the with the intended design of the system. Accordingly, we propose the following actions. Okay, there's more actions. Okay. Centralization related risk. So this is the third one, also acknowledged. In the contract, Seletti.Ai staker, the role executor has authority over the functions shown in the diagram below. Any compromise of the executor allows account. Any compromise to the executor account may allow the hacker to take advantage of the authority and deposit amounts of any sender without an invite, with or without inviter, reinvest any amount for any sender, start the process of reward claiming for any sender, unstake any amount of any sender, execute the withdrawal request of any sender, execute any emergency withdrawal from any sender, revoke and send back any amount staked to the sender. These could create issues like we've seen in the past where the liquidity is drained, right? So these are vulnerabilities that need to be addressed, and I'm going to figure out exactly what this means. In the contract Seletti.Ai staker, the role default admin role has authority over the functions shown in the diagram below. Any compromise to the default admin role account may allow the hacker to take advantage of this authority and do the following: perform an emergency withdrawal, close a position for any account, update the reward percent as well as the customized percent per address, disable the reinvest function, modify the reduced limit at which the rewards get reduced, transfer the default admin to any other account. So this is, in my opinion, a red flag. So I'll have to figure out exactly what this means. This was another medium one, which was the self-referral possible through the transfer referrals part of the code, which essentially means that the function correctly blocks a user from self-referral. However, the safeguard can be bypassed using the referrals transfer referral function. If user A assigns user B as their inviter through this contract code, then should user A invoke. Basically what this means is a lot of people can refer each other, and they have to figure out a way to block that, but it's hard to block it, changes made to the transfer referral function in commit effectively prevents self-referral. The expected specification remains unknown. Okay, so this is okay. It was resolved, so that's okay. So looking at the rest of the stuff, it's all been resolved, so that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna go ahead all the way to the bottom to see if there's any summary that we could take a look at. Here are some optimizations. Everything has been resolved. That's pretty cool. Everything is resolved. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of things that were discovered. A lot of things were resolved. A few things have to be discussed, but I'm gonna get to that in during the video at some point. Okay, and the disclaimer is over here. Perfect. Now this is completely done.
Good afternoon, Seletti.Ai community. As we've always believed in open communication, we feel it's crucial to keep you informed about every aspect of our journey, good or bad. We want to address the challenges that we've endured during our audit and KYC process with Certik.Ai. As you all may know, the community requested that we conduct an audit on our smart contracts involved in our Web3 protocol. We felt that to pursue the highest level of scrutiny and prove our commitment to transparency, we must conduct this audit with a reputable firm in the space, hence why we chose Certik.Ai. During this audit, there were 18 findings, of which we solved 14, with 4 of the findings acknowledged. Certik.Ai then requested on involuntary KYC, with which we compiled to offer Certik.Ai more insight about our project and how we operate as a company. They concluded that they were having difficulty searching for information pertaining to our smart contracts. We responded with a proposed solution stating that we wish to keep our intellectual property private in a way to mitigate and protect our project getting forked or duplicated. We have not yet received any patents and want to protect the efforts of our incredible team invested into the development of our ecosystem. However, we stated that this information can be verified by compiling the bytecode and ABIs of the developed contracts to see if there's a match with our GitHub repository, an important note they failed to mention in their audit. They conclude that due to the decentralized manner of our project, they would withhold our security score and not make them public. We do believe, though, our final score was a 69.74, which was truly amazing, and that was displayed in our Sky Harbor admin dashboard. We also made a screen recording to prove that this information was not fabricated and was received directly from Certik.Ai. We now understand that Certik.Ai is a pure Web3 audit firm, and Seletti.Ai is a mix of Web 2 and Web 3 due to the centralized nature of our investments. Majority of Web 3 firms may participate in yield farming, bridge protocols, or governance DAOs. We at Seletti.Ai rely on centralized markets such as foreign exchange or real estate. It's important for our community to understand that we are in the infancy stages of Seletti.Ai, and there is so much to accomplish. Although it's an extremely difficult process, we express our gratitude to Certik.Ai for their due diligence and their commitment to securing the Web 3 landscape. We at Seletti.Ai remain committed to our community, and we do apologize for any confusion this situation may have caused. For all those interested in the nitty-gritty of our audit, the PDF is posted below. Please read it. It can also be viewed in our white paper at info.seletti.ai. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. I hope it was an informative conversation. And again, we want to keep you all informed, whether it's good or bad. Thank you for listening, and have a great rest of your week.
So you guys tell me what you think. Like, this guy, I don't know who this guy is, but he said that because it's a mix of Web 2 and Web 3, they didn't get a crazy score on the audit, but a 69.74 is still not that bad, to be honest. So let me just see if I can find that to see a bit more clearly. Alright guys, so basically, I mean, I couldn't find the Certik audit, but I saw it. I know that I saw it at some point. I don't know if it's over here on their website. I don't know exactly where it is. But anyways, I saw their audit. It shows that there was an update to it, and they actually did get about a 70% score. So that's not too bad. You guys let me know, like, is this something that you guys think could be addressed a bit better? I know that a lot of these companies, they tend to get around this kind of Certik audit score because a lot of variables are taken into consideration when you create such an audit. It's not simply you get 100%. It doesn't work that way, you know. There's also a PAMM account that they're working on, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on. The PAMM account essentially is, where can I find this?
Hey everyone, Lenny G here, and I'm very excited to announce that I am the new CEO for Seletti.Ai, and I am so excited to get things moving with the team. We've met several times now. I've gone through a lot of the things they're looking to accomplish, a lot of the back office capabilities on what they'll be doing, focusing primarily on Forex trading with AI bots and utilizing PAMM methodology, so the percentage allocation money management. And so the team has been working really hard over the past year to get things built out. In the past 6 months, they've been battle testing their capabilities to provide a healthy return for investors. And so what I will be doing over the next couple weeks is going through the various aspects of the project and how you can get on board, as well as looking forward to meeting the new people involved in the program, as well as answering questions as they come along. So thank you so much. Looking very much forward to getting to know all of you and moving forward in this journey so that we make a bunch of money. Thanks, and have a great day.
So Lenny, the new CEO, I guess. So that's pretty cool. In some way, he's dogs, but I don't know if he's legit. He's dogs, but I don't know if he's legit. It looks like he's a legit dude. So that's pretty awesome. The PAMM account. Okay, so we're days away from our Seletti PAMM final launch. We've done tests for the last 6 months, and we're ready to make it public next week. Thanks for your excitement. So this is pretty cool. I mean, PAMM accounts are typically, Forex trading bots, which from what I read, they are aiming to get between 0.7 to 1% daily on average. But they've gone through several days where they had multiple win rates, so over 1 to 2% return. So I'm really excited to see what this is all about. Right now, if I go to the AI trade report on Seletti.Ai, you don't see much here, but you just see that there's 2 trades and it's not yet live, right? So I'm hoping to see what is this going to be about once it does actually go live. So guys, let's finish the video by doing a compound. You guys see here lifetime earnings $5 I've made so far. There's right now an active 60 users and there's a total deposit of 56,000, so that's pretty cool. There was a jump, I think last time it was 40,000 or something like that. So there's an extra 20,000 that got injected into the protocol. There's a $1.19 available for me to go ahead and reinvest, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that before we end today's video. All right, so as we can see right now, my one active stake has been compounded all the way to $57.25 total in the protocol. So that's pretty cool. Total $6.25 that I made so far in the project. I'm probably going to be adding some more capital in here, but I'm still not yet sure when I'm going to be doing that, so just keep an eye out for that kind of video. But for now, I mean, the project has been delivering. The team seems to still be, developing things on a weekly to monthly basis, so that's pretty cool. We just have to wait and see for when they start, getting a lot more traffic, what kind of, team and community building they're going to be able to do to make sure that everybody is unified on the same level. Everybody's making money and everybody's living happy, and nobody's just panicking out of nowhere, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a bit longer than usual, but I just want to make sure to cover the audit in a bit more detail. So as I told you guys, I'm going to be reaching out to the devs, asking about those findings in the audit to see if we have a bit more clarification on them. And if I manage to reach them in time, I'm going to add a bit of more information after this segment of the video. That's it for today's video, guys. Please leave a comment down below if you have any question. Please like, subscribe, comment, share this video with your friends, and if you guys have any other things you want me to talk about, please leave me the suggestion down below. That's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video.